This jersey is 100% fake. But how can you tell? There's a million of these things online. Well, fear not, because today I'm going to teach you the difference between fake and authentic NHL jerseys. Well, let's start with the most recognizable part of any hockey jersey, the crest. Now, for Blackhawks fans such as myself, it's a bit easier to determine a fake from an authentic, and a dead giveaway is the chain stitching. This form of stitching has remained constant through the majority, if not the entire existence of the Blackhawks franchise, and even a few of their older farm clubs. On fake jerseys, you can tell this is not the same style of stitching. Hell, it's not even stitching, it's just cheap embroidery. Even the shoulder crests are the same way, and not even close to being proportional, but I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. There are a couple easy things to spot about most fakes, even more so with this one in particular, like its discoloration of the Indian head and its overall outline, but you should look for one big red flag here. This is a part of the crest that is supposed to be tackle twill. Since no other team in the league uses chain stitching like the Blackhawks, all their crests will feature tackle twill with good embroidery, or at least a mix of both. Notice how on the fake it's a really weird sort of bubbly glossy texture? Well, I can tell you one thing, and that's the twill on the authentic is supposed to be dead flat and definitely not glossy either. This is a problem with almost every fake NHL jersey I've seen, so don't be fooled if you're willing to spend any of your hard-earned cash. Going back to the shoulder crest quick, authentics will also feature twill, embroidery, or a mix of both like I mentioned before, or chain stitching in the Blackhawks case. You can also refer to the bubbly/glossiness factors of fakes that I stated before. This should help you determine whether you're picking up the real deal or not. Let's move on to another big part of the jersey, the name and numbers. Something to note about the numbers is the stitching. Notice how it's incredibly tight knit on here, when in comparison to the authentic twill, it has a bit more breathing room. Now this is a bit of a smaller detail, but it's just as important as any other. Notice how the NHL shield is its own patch sewn into the collar insert of the jersey. In the knockoff's case, the shield crest is embroidered directly into the collar insert and is even a little bit disfigured. The same principles apply for the upper back logos of the jersey. I mean, whether it be the Reebok Vector logo as seen here or the Wordmark logo on the newer jerseys, the logos are embroidered, but they're their own patch sewn into the back of the jersey. However, on the fake jersey, just like the shield crest, it's embroidered right onto the back of the collar. Now let's take a quick look at the inside. Oh god! Look at this thing, it's a nightmare! At least inside the authentic jersey, everything is prim and proper. Probably because the crest details got put onto one piece of twill, then sewn onto the jersey as a whole. I mean, just look at all these threads. Good grief! Now moving on to a bit of the bigger picture here. The overall material the jerseys are composed of are entirely different. Now, I'm not entirely sure what this jersey is made of, but the entirety of it is made of the same material from top to bottom. However, after some research, I found the real deal is made from a couple different materials. Today's authentic jersey is being made up of spandex 4-way stretch fabric, water-repellent beat-away extra fill, and some vintage CCM material for looseness. Older authentics and current team-issued jerseys will likely have the double-stitched elbow. Minor, but one of my favorite touches. Then there's something that has got to be one of the most recognized features of an authentic jersey, the fight strap. A common misconception in the hockey world is that if a jersey has a fight strap, it must be authentic. This could not be further from the truth, as not all fight straps are created equal. Just look how flimsy this thing is. Sure, it'll stretch a little, but it's being held on by practically nothing. And look at that stitch job, pretty tacky. On the other hand, you have this fight strap. This is not going anywhere. It's fastened down extremely well, plus it's a good deal beefier for a little more strength. Something that's a bit more obvious is the price of the jersey, but even that can be a little bit deceiving, so buyer beware. Look at this for instance. Sounds like a steal, right? You're probably ending up with a fake if you buy this. But wait, this one's a lot more expensive. Well, either this person is incredibly confused as to what they're listing, or they're trying to rip you off hardcore. From what I've collected, authentic jerseys can run from $300 to $400 depending on if it's blank or not at the official NHL shop online or a retail outlet like a fan store. These prices are why I tend to shop on eBay for my authentics, because a lot of the time I can get them for at least half that. Sometimes less. I mean, I got an authentic Bobby Hull jersey for just over $100 plus shipping. A steal to say the absolute least, but like I said before, buyer beware. The location of your seller is also something else to note, although it's mostly a crapshoot. A huge red flag is if your seller is located in China. Everyone seems to know a guy who can get authentic jerseys for ludicrous discounts. You know where they're likely manufactured? China. Sellers located in Canada and the United States are the one you'll want to stick to. And just to repeat one more time what I said before, buyer beware. Well, that's the meat of what you really need to know when purchasing a hockey jersey. I hope this helps, and if you have any other tips, suggestions, just leave a comment.